Hi guys, this is story time with Lissy's Brain and Emmett back there. So I figured since my 1 year of being out of the psych ward's coming up, these would be psych ward stories because who doesn't love a good psych ward story? I went to the first psych ward because I completely lost it. Then I went to the second psych ward because, well, I completely lost it again. And then I went to the third psych ward, and can you guess why? It's because I completely lost it! This story focuses around Mike Wazowski. Well, not Mike Wazowski because he's in Monsters, Inc., silly. But for real, I don't know if there's any legal things around that, so I'm just going to use the name Bob for this purpose. Now, Bob was an interesting character. He loved to rap. That was his thing. He had this fake grill that looked like he was smiling like this the whole time, so that was cool. But he would walk up the hallways and rap.
For me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I call it mathematics.
So like up the hallways. And that was honestly one of my favorite because out of nowhere, like, he wasn't singing anything, he was just doing the dance. It's because when you're in the emergency room, you can shower, but I didn't want to. And then I wanted to shower when I got to the psych ward, but I couldn't shower then because I needed my clothes to be approved. So I had to wait. So every time I sat next to him, he'd sit back in his chair. And he'd be like, "It stinks in here. I mean, it really stinks." And then he just up and get out. Eventually, he gets up the nerve, right? He comes up to me and he goes, "Stink!" So, of course, I'm getting ticked. So I go up to, like, one of the, like, people there. And I go, I'm like, I kid you not, this is not happening. So one of the counselors there walks up to him and he goes, "Bob, are you sure she stinks? I'm pretty sure you stink. Look at your feet." And he goes, "Dog, I'm not kidding you. I just showered. My feet are clean." But everyone there gave him such an issue about being clean because they thought he didn't wash his hands and we did cooking once. So the same person goes, "Hey Bob, did you wash your hands?" And he goes, "Yes fam, I washed my hands. Do you see that soap right there under the soap dispenser? That's from me fam, but just because of this, I'm gonna wash my hands again." And he like made a big point. When we had girl groups, he couldn't be in them, obviously. And because of this, he thought it was funny to make faces. So we'd be, like, in the room, and he'd walk up against the glass and just push his face there and just stare. And then breathe really heavy so the glass fogs up and then stare. And he just stood there. I don't know why, but he thought that was really fun. Other times, he got really aggressive over food. So the way it was, there was this big table, and that's where he was eating. And he liked really good cheeseburgers, so that's what he was eating. And there was a thing of apple juice and like ginger ale, so you had to go up and grab it. So I walk up and I'm trying to pour my ginger ale or whatever, and he goes, "Touch my food, I swear." And I go, "Bob, don't worry, I'm just grabbing my ginger ale." He just looks at me. He threatened me over a cheeseburger. Now I get how the psych ward changes people because I experienced it. In school, I was reserved somewhat. But then you go to the psych ward, and I'm walking around, I kid you not, with my groupies, and I'm going, "On dead dogs, fam!" That's not me. That's not what I do. That's me when I'm joking around. But that was me in the psych ward. I thought I was the top person. Because of Bob giving me issues about how I smell, I made sure to shower every single day. Every single day. I don't care if I was sad or anything. I had to make sure to shower. So one time when he actually sees me get ready for my shower, like grab my towels and my clothes, he's in the hallway, and this dude literally goes, "Yes! Thank God!" What are you doing? Back up! The audacity.
The audacity!
Another time was he was harassing some kid in the psych ward, and because of this, he's like putting his hands up, and he's like, "Let's go, let's go." So the other kid, who's tiny, squares up. And what does he do? He just clocks that kid right in the face. No hesitations. That was savage. There was another time when he was on the phone with his grandma, and all you can hear is, "Grandma, I kid you not, it is almost curfew. Where is the Chinese food?" And then after curfew, where we're supposed to be in our rooms, I walk by the quiet room, and he's sitting there just chilling, eating Chinese food out of a take-up box. Lives by his own rules.